In the heart of a dense forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the air hung heavy with a sense of foreboding, there stood a forgotten bunker, its entrance partially concealed by overgrown foliage. The bunker was a relic of a bygone era, a remnant of a time when fear gripped the world in its icy talons. Legend whispered tales of the bunker's dark past, a clandestine government facility built during the height of the Cold War, intended to harbor secrets and shield humanity from the impending nuclear apocalypse. However, the bunker's true purpose was far more sinister, buried beneath layers of concrete and steel. As dusk descended upon the forest, casting long, eerie shadows across the landscape, a group of adventurous souls stumbled upon the forgotten bunker. Drawn by curiosity and a thirst for excitement, they pushed aside the tangled undergrowth and descended into the depths below. The air grew stale as they descended deeper into the bowels of the earth, the only sound their footsteps echoing off the cold, damp walls. Strange symbols etched into the stone seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly energy, sending shivers down their spines. They pressed on, their courage bolstered by the camaraderie of their companions, but as they delved further into the darkness, a sense of unease settled over them like a suffocating blanket. Whispers echoed through the corridors, disembodied voices murmuring secrets long forgotten. Shadows danced along the walls, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to leer at the intruders with malevolent intent. And then they found it, a room bathed in an eerie green light, the source of which remained elusive. In the center of the chamber stood a massive, rusted door, its surface marred by scratches and gouges, as if something had desperately tried to claw its way out from within. With trembling hands, they pushed open the door, revealing a sight that froze. There blood in their veins. The room beyond was a macabre tableau, frozen in time like a nightmare madril. Bodies, twisted and contorted in agony, littered the floor, their faces frozen in silent screams of terror. Blood coated the walls in gruesome patterns, a testament to the violence that had unfolded within. And in the center of it all stood a solitary figure, its features obscured by the darkness. With a voice like gravel scraping against stone, it spoke, its words sending chills down their spines. "You should not have come here," it hissed, its voice reverberating through the chamber like the tolling of a funeral bell. "For this is a place of darkness, a tomb for the damned." With a primal scream, they turned and fled, their footsteps echoing through the corridors as they raced towards the surface, desperate to escape the horrors that lurked within. But as they emerged into the cool night air, they knew that they would never truly be free from the darkness that dwelled in the depths below, for the echoes of the bunker would haunt their dreams for eternity, a reminder of the horrors that lurked just beneath the surface of reality. Deep beneath the desolate plains of a forgotten land, where the sun rarely pierced the thick layers of smog that hung like a shroud over the earth, there lay a bunker concealed from the prying eyes of the world above. This bunker, a relic of a time long past, was rumored to hold secrets darker than the depths of the abyss itself. In the dead of night, a group of intrepid explorers stumbled upon the entrance to the bunker, its heavy steel door half buried beneath the shifting sands. Ignoring the warnings whispered by the wind and the ominous feeling that permeated the air, they descended into the depths, their flashlights casting feeble beams of light into the darkness. The air grew colder with each step they took, a bone-chilling chill that seemed to seep into their very souls. The walls of the bunker were slick with moisture, the sound of dripping water echoing through the corridors like a mournful dirge. As they delved deeper into the labyrinthine tunnels, they came upon a room unlike any they had seen before. The walls were adorned with strange symbols, their meaning lost to the passage of time. In the center of the chamber stood a massive, ornately carved door, its surface etched with intricate patterns that seemed to writhe and twist in the flickering light. With trembling hands, they pushed open the door, revealing a sight that would haunt their dreams for years to come. The room beyond was bathed in an ethereal glow, the source of which remained elusive. In the center of the chamber stood a grand piano, its ivory keys gleaming in the dim light. But it was not the sight of the piano that sent shivers down their spines. It was the music that filled the air, a haunting melody that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. The notes were discordant and jarring, a cacophony of sound that clawed at their sanity with relentless fervor. As they approached the piano, drawn inexorably by the siren song that filled the chamber, they saw that the keys moved of their own accord, dancing beneath the touch of invisible hands. And seated at the piano was a figure cloaked in shadow, its features obscured by the darkness. With a voice like ice, the figure spoke, its words sending chills down their spines. "Welcome to my domain," it whispered, its voice carrying a note of malevolence that made their blood run cold. "You have trespassed upon sacred ground, and now you must pay the price." With a sudden lurch, the walls of the chamber began to close in around them, the sound of grinding stone filling the air. Panic seized their hearts as they scrambled to escape, their screams drowned out by the deafening cacophony of the piano. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the music stopped, the walls freezing in place mere inches from their faces. Gasping for breath, they stumbled out of the chamber and fled into the darkness, their minds reeling from the horrors they had witnessed. But as they emerged into the cold light of dawn, they knew that they would never truly be free from the memory of the subterranean symphony that had claimed their sanity, for the echoes of the bunker would linger in their minds, a reminder of the darkness that dwelled just beneath the surface of the world. In the remote wilderness of the Canadian Rockies, nestled amidst towering pines and jagged peaks, there lay a forgotten bunker, an enigma hidden from the prying eyes of civilization. Its entrance, concealed beneath a thick blanket of moss and fallen leaves, hinted at the secrets that lay buried beneath the earth. It was on a crisp autumn evening that a group of thrill-seekers stumbled upon the bunker, drawn by whispers of its existence that lingered on the lips of locals like a curse. With hearts pounding and anticipation coursing through their veins, they pried open the heavy door and descended into the darkness below. The air grew heavy and oppressive as they ventured deeper into the bowels of the earth, the narrow corridors twisting and turning like the coils of a serpent. Strange symbols adorned the walls, their meaning lost to the passage of time, casting eerie shadows that danced in the flickering light of their torches. As they pressed on, a sense of unease settled over them like a suffocating blanket, the weight of the darkness pressing down upon their shoulders. Whispers echoed through the corridors, disembodied voices murmuring secrets that sent shivers down their spines. And then they found it, a vast chamber bathed in an ethereal glow, the source of which remained elusive. In the center of the chamber stood a circular pool, its surface still and mirror-like, reflecting the dim light in shimmering ripples. Drawn by an unseen force, they approached the pool, their footsteps echoing through the chamber like the tolling of a funeral bell. With trembling hands, they reached out to touch the surface of the water, only to recoil in horror as icy tendrils wrapped themselves around their wrists, pulling them inexorably towards the depths below. With a desperate cry, they fought against the unseen force, their struggles futile against the relentless pull of the abyss. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the tendrils released their grip, leaving them gasping for breath on the cold stone floor. But as they stumbled to their feet and fled into the darkness, they knew that they had awakened something ancient and malevolent, a darkness that hungered for their souls, for deep within the whispering depths of the bunker, something stirred. An entity older than time itself, its hunger insatiable, its thirst for blood unquenchable. And as the echoes of their screams faded into the night, it slumbered once more, waiting patiently for the next unwitting soul to wander into its lair.